Hello friends, welcome to What Amaka Thinks About This. This is a series where I, Amaka Chibuzo-Obi, gives my humble opinions and suggestions and advice and recommendations to issues that have been sent to us via our DMs. We get a lot of messages in the inbox, and so I have decided to create this series so that other people who may be going through similar situations can also take a thing or two from what we're going to talk about here to go back and make their marriages better. I bring you this series as part of what we do here at Wives Roundtable to help marriages to succeed, thrive, bloom, and prosper. All right? Before I get into what we have for you today, I need to make a few points known. The first one is I'm a trained marriage counselor. Yes, I actually have training in marriage coaching and counseling, and I am certified to help couples enjoy bliss in their marriages. And I also have almost 15 years lived experience as a married person. So what I'm saying to you is not just something that is coming out of the hole in my behind, but it's something that I was trained on and also something that I have probably lived in my own life, okay? Number two is that every marriage is unique and different. I cannot stress this enough. Every marriage is unique and different because of the people involved. Everyone is special, different, unique, and peculiar. And so our marriages are also the same way. The only way you can get thorough resolution to all of your marital challenges is by going in for marriage checkup and counseling. Yes, social media would not give you all of the answers you seek. I need to say this. A lot of marriages need counseling and therapy. So please, whatever it is you're going through in your marriage, you could get a band-aid on social media, but the actual resolution would only come through therapy, counseling, or both. All right? Number 3 point I would like to make is that whatever suggestions or recommendations I give right here on this show is based solely on the information that is available to me, which I know for a fact is not complete information. I understand that people cannot tell everything that is going on via DM. I also understand that there are always 3 sides to a story. There is her side, there is his side, and then there is the actual story. People have blind spots. There are so many things that they would not see of themselves. And because they are looking at the other person, they may not be seeing their own contributions to that particular situation. So whatever recommendation I'm giving is based on the story that was made available to me, which of course I've said may not be the whole story. So please, I need to put all these caveats out there so that we don't misunderstand ourselves and people would not begin to say some funny things that people say on the internet. All right? So I hope we have gotten clear on all of these things before we start. So today on What Amaka Thinks About This, I absolutely love this name. I love acronyms. And What Amaka Thinks About This spells Watats. So yes, this is the Watats show. So yes, let's get right into it. Today I have 3 messages that we're going to be going through, and I really hope that the people who sent in these messages will get value from my recommendation here today. So the first message is one that I have titled Husband Wants Servants. Yes. So the message goes like this. When my husband finishes his food, he always expects me to return his plate into the sink. If I don't return it, it will be there for weeks and it keeps piling up. He believes that a woman should serve her husband. I am tired. This is not a small matter. You know, when the Bible, for those of us who are Christians, when the Bible says do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers, a lot of us think that that passage actually speaks to not getting married to a person who is not the same religion as you. But that's not what that passage actually says. That passage speaks to not being yoked with people who do not believe the same things that you believe. So right here, this particular situation that I just read out now, the man believes marriage to be a certain way, and the woman believes marriage to be a certain way. Now, both of them have different reasons why they believe what they believe. The man could probably believe that a woman should serve her husband based on the things that he has been exposed to, or the way he was brought up, the way he saw his parents do marriage, the way he saw the people that raised him do marriage. That could be his own idea of what marriage should be. Meanwhile, the woman is coming from a different point of view. She sees marriage as teamwork. She sees marriage as you pull your weight, I pull my weight. So don't you see that these two people will definitely clash? But it doesn't mean that the marriage is doomed. So what I would suggest in this scenario is for the woman to help the man see reasons. Now, don't do it like you're fighting him. Don't do it like you must carry your plate to the kitchen. I'm not your maid. I'm not your servant. Don't do that. Because if you do that, he will throw up even stronger resistance and both of you will not have any headway. Now, a lot of men kick against helping out in the home because in their mind somehow they believe that if they help out that they've reduced their quality as men, they've reduced their manliness or something like that, that I'm a traditional African man, I'm not supposed to be carrying plates to the kitchen, things like that. Now it's for the wife to help him understand that I may not be available every time to carry your plate to the kitchen. Would you like our home to be dirty? Can you get one of the kids to take this plate in? Let him see things from another aspect. So if he is not the sole breadwinner in the home and the woman also contributes to the affairs of the home financially, it's a simple question of, baby, how would you feel if I take the stance of men are supposed to be the sole breadwinners in the home and a man is supposed to provide 100%? Would you be happy if I do not also pull my weight financially in this home? These are things that I do in this home to make it easier for you. I would also appreciate it if you can also make this other aspect easier for me. It's not like I can't take the plate to the kitchen, but it's not something that I may be available to do all the time. And I also just want us to help each other out. We're a team. We're not fighting one another. I serve you, you serve me. That's the beauty of marriage. Just have this conversation with him. I mean, people are people. If you appeal to that aspect of them that makes them human, they would listen. Except that marriage has degraded to the point where nobody is listening to anybody, then that is a point where you definitely need to seek a therapist. But if both of you still talk and plate is the only problem you have, then this is a conversation that you can easily have, and I believe that all will be well. Just bring it from the point of view of we're a team. We help one another. I help you in this aspect. So I please would love it if you could also help me in this aspect. These are the things that I do, and sometimes I could be overwhelmed. Sometimes I just don't have it in me to do this thing. So just help me. It's not because you are less of a man. You are my odogu now. Carrying plates to kitchen will not kill you, my love. I love you. All those things. Wash his head. That's why you're his wife. Wash his head. He will carry that plate to the kitchen without blinking. Okay, so DM number 2. This I titled Strange Woman Vibes. All right. So this says, hello sis, I've been following you for a while and I'm impressed with what I've been seeing. I need an opinion regarding something. There is this girl that jokingly told my husband that I am controlling him, and that how could he allow someone from my part of the country to dictate to him. I believe it's because she sees us happy and she wants to intrude. He even said she's interested in being a second wife. Ooh. Now we are kind of neighbors in our area, and my concern is this: should I keep answering her greetings and smile with her, or just show her that I know all that she said? I just feel sad to know that she hates me and my relationship with my husband. She's a very beautiful woman and all of that. Wow. Okay. So for this one, I will say this. I have lots of questions actually, and I'm going to ask these questions here. Number 1, wetin bring that talk? How did the talk start between the husband and the woman? Now, let's take for example that, maybe the husband is a very friendly person who is just free with people, jokes and laughs with people, and the lady took advantage to begin to sow all those kind of seeds into his mind. Now, this is where the wife has to come in. I know for a fact that when it comes to all of these free-spirited, fun-loving, jaye kind of people, both men and women, they're not usually very social aware. Many of them feel that every other person is as free-spirited as they are. And so they approach people in this light of, it's not a problem, there is no issue. But they forget that there are people that are schemers. And these people can scheme their way into their lives without them even being aware of it. So this is where his wife, who sent in this message, has to come in. Now, he was free enough to tell his wife all of this. This is where she has to help him. This is where she has to explain to him how women can be. The honest truth is that if a woman means you, if a woman bites her finger to say that she's going to get you, God save you, because she's going to get you. So this woman has to explain all of these things to this man. First of all, she has to ask him, what kind of woman will be comfortable having these kind of conversations with a married man that she knows his wife? Not just even a married man that she sees his wife regularly. That should tell you something. She's talking to you about your wife controlling you. She's talking to you about the fact that she wouldn't mind being a second wife. That should tell you something about what kind of woman this is. So please, baby, I need you to be careful around her. I need you to limit or even eliminate your association with her. I am a woman. I understand how we can be. So I don't want us to open up our marriage for cracks to begin to come in, and wall geckos and lizards and all those bugs can now find a place and crawl into our marriage. All these things that she's telling you, she's consciously or unconsciously creating cracks in our marriage. I mean, how can she come out to tell you that your wife is controlling you? Don't you see that that's a very diabolical kind of conversation? So please, I would really appreciate it if you would disassociate with her, or just keep your association with her down to highs and hellos. And then for the second question she asked about how should she behave around the woman, I would recommend just continue to say hi and hello to her. If you see her, say hi and hello to her. But if she now wants to start bringing conversations, just casually throw in and ask her, sis, did you really mean it when you said that you don't mind being a second wife? Very casually. Let her know that you know her shenanigans. Let her know that you know the nonsense that she has been doing, that you just chose to be the bigger person and rise above all of that. Well, honestly, what is wrong with some women? What kind of mumu conversation are you having with somebody's husband like this? Are there no other men out there that you can, go and make friends with and have all these sorts of conversations with? Why do some women make it seem as if women are just desperate? Well, the woman is not actually the problem right now. She is the strange vibe outside. So, matter number 3, this I titled Mother-in-Law Matters. A lot of people have this one. Okay, hello ma. Please, how do you deal with intrusive mother-in-laws who pretend to love you and advises her son otherwise? The honest truth is that a lot of people think they have mother-in-law issues when what they actually have is husband issues. What do I mean? A mother-in-law is a mother. She's the mom to your husband. And every mother wants the best for their children. Whether their children is 5, 10, 50 or 70, they want the best for their children. So a mother would always look to their children to see how they can come in to save them or protect them. So whatever vibe the man gives off, that's the vibe that his mother would pick up. I'll say that again. Whatever vibe the man gives off, that's the vibe that his mother would pick up. I know for a fact that there are so many men who have troublesome mothers, but who their mothers don't intrude into their homes. And this is because the man has been able to concretely build that protection around his family. He has been able to manage the situation between his mom and his family. And so I strongly believe that all of these lie on the shoulder, squarely on the shoulder of the man. It's how he presents his wife that his mother would accept or reject her. It's how he presents his home that his mother would decide whether or not to be intrusive. I know that there are men who do not disrespect their mom, but they firmly yet gently let her know where her boundaries stop. So for this woman who believes that her mother-in-law is being intrusive, I would recommend a heart-to-heart conversation with your husband. Babe, these are the things that worry me. You know I love your mom. She's also my mom by virtue of marriage. But these are the things that I see, and it's bothering me. I would appreciate you stepping in. Now, I also understand that there are many men that cannot face up to their moms or, call their mothers to order or set boundaries around their mothers. So if you're married to one of such men, this is where you have to now begin to create those sort of boundaries that you want. Look at it. If you do not already have some sort of resentment towards your mother-in-law, then there will be no reason for you not to treat her the way you would treat your own mother. So if your mom does some things that you do not like, how do you go about it? That's the question. The problem is that a lot of women take crap from their own mothers. But when it comes to their mothers-in-law, that's where they now want to, show gra-gra. Treat your mother-in-law the same way you would treat your mom. Mom, I don't like these things. Yes, I know that some mothers-in-law would go, hey, I don't care if you like it or if you don't like it, that's your problem, I don't care. All of that, I understand that. But also understand that this is an elderly woman. She is the person that gave life to your husband. So please, as much as possible, extend grace to her. If there are ways you can avoid those shenanigans, please do well to avoid them. If there are things that you can let go, please do well to let go. Not everything should be a fight. Not every time should you try to show authority and show that I am the wife in this house. You cannot. Please, just relax some of those rules. This woman has but, a few decades to enjoy with her son and grandchildren. Please don't deny her this joy. Let some things go. Let some things slide. Allow things to be. As much as possible, have heart-to-heart conversations with your husband, but please try not to fight your mother-in-law, because if you do that, a lot of men will side with their mothers, not because they don't love you, but because that is their mother, and that bond is unbreakable. So please, as much as possible, do your very best to avoid those cantankerous situations. Do your very best to extend some grace to her. Do your very best to assert your boundaries, but please don't cast them in concrete, and also don't disrespect her while at it. Ma, please, I don't like this thing. I would appreciate it if you don't do it next time. Even if my mom does this kind of thing to me, I would also tell her the same thing that I'm telling you. And she needs to see that you're treating her the same way she sees you treat your own mother. There should not be any favoritism, because this is also where problems come in. Okay? So I hope that these people who sent in these messages have gotten one or two things from what we've talked about here today. Keep the messages coming in, and I would bring them up here on What Amaka Thinks About This, and we will talk about them. Remember, if you are going through difficulties in your marriage, please seek marriage counseling. It's not that you have failed as a person. It's just like when you are not feeling okay in your body and you go to the hospital. It doesn't mean that you are less of a person. You are just going to the hospital so that somebody who is trained to take care of the human body can look you over and help you get better. That is exactly what marriage counseling is about. You are going to somebody who is trained in the area of marriage and relationships, and they are looking you over and giving you recommendations and drugs that would help you build up again and be healthy in your marriage. So please embrace marriage counseling, embrace therapy, because these things really go a long way to help us build successful marriages. So my name once again is Amaka Chibuzo-Obi, and until I come your way next time on another episode of What Amaka Thinks About This, this is me saying, take care of yourself, God bless you, and peace out.